Hi, this is Kylie Widseth, and I'm Brianna Davis with the Wildcat Report. We're filling in for Taylor and Bailee. Hopefully they're going to be back next week. Hopefully. And congratulations, Mrs. Dornbos, for winning the canned food drive. They'll get in for free at Mr. Millard West this weekend. And if you can't get the free admission, then you can buy a ticket from any NHS member this week for $5 or at the door on Saturday for $8. I want to see you all there. Yeah. And now we're going to go to a story by Amanda and Dana about tanning.
Hi, I'm Kylie Widseth, and I'm Amanda Guy, and we're with the Wildcat Report. With prom coming up on April 21st and the weather beginning to change, students are beginning to tan for many different reasons. We interviewed students to see why they tan.
I tan because it helps seasonal affective disorder, which makes you like sad and dreary in the winter months. Sort of like something you decide on your own. You don't really go to a doctor, but if you're feeling really sad or dreary and it's in the winter, you can like try tanning and see if it helps.
I go tanning because you can't tan outside in the winter time, and I get pretty tan during the summer, but you can't do that in the winter.
The Capital School in Omaha exists to provide the best training possible to those who are passionate about pursuing a career in cosmetology and aesthetics.
Any kind of tan is a sign of damage because the melanocytes in the skin are stimulated because of the heat and the sun, and so whether it's natural or through tanning beds, the tan is a reaction of the skin trying to protect itself.
I tan at Ashley Lynn's.
I tan at Paradise Bay.
Tanning helps you feel good about yourself when you're like pale and stuff, and it helps with seasonal affective disorder.
It's what's in the media. It's what's in the magazines. That's what's all over TV. The stars are all tan. I think that's become the norm, is to be tan.
According to the Skin Cancer Foundation, 1 out of every 3 teenagers say they tan because it looks healthy.
Some pros are that you're tan, which I really like.
Helps you get the vitamins that you need that you're not getting from the sun.
You need the vitamin D, but again, you're better off only getting about 10 to 15 minutes a day. Some people say up to 20 minutes because, and doing it in the morning or late in the day, because actually, again, the tanning is damaging the skin.
Good for your body and like helps your brain, like your nerves in your brain.
I think it does help, like before summer if you go tanning, so you already have a base tan. Then when you go out for the first couple times in summer, you probably won't get burnt.
If you're going to be out in the sun for a long period of time, or sometimes people go on vacation, they'll get a little bit of a tan first, and yeah, that's going to help prevent them from getting burnt. But what it's doing is, because it's creating that tan effect, it's protecting your skin, it's creating the damage. So it's creating a little bit of damage mildly so that you don't get that burn, versus just going out and getting the burn and getting one big set of rays so that you're getting the massive damage. So it's still damaging the skin, but it's kind of creating a little bit of a resilience so that you don't get a big burn.
It can be bad because you can burn your skin.
It breaks down the collagen and the elastin in the skin, so most people don't notice it until they get a lot older. And then they want to see what they can do about the sagging skin or the wrinkles and things, but the damage is usually done by the time they're 18 to 21.
My parents sort of say that as long as you're doing it safe, then they don't really care. But if it gets to the point where I'm burning, then they won't let me.
Some cons are, obviously it causes skin cancer a lot of times.
We're getting a lot more skin cancers too than there ever was before. We're going to be probably a part of a melanoma walk it's going to be in April or May, because we're realizing that more and more young people, there's people that are in their teens, early 20s that are getting melanoma now.
There are many pros and cons to tanning, but it's safe to say that everyone needs a little bit of vitamin D. This has been Kylie Widseth and Amanda Guy reporting.
Thank you, Amanda, for that report. And on April 29th, there's going to be a dodgeball tournament held here at Millard West, which is sponsored by the Key Club. Your forms are due by April 13th to Mrs. Ellis or Mrs. Havorka. And now we're going to go to Caroline's story about the Hunger Games.
They want a good show, that's all they want.
There's 24 of us, Cal, only one comes out.
Hi, this is Caroline Wang with the Wildcat Report. As many of you know, the Hunger Games hit theaters on March 23rd. Many avid readers of the series went to see Katniss do her thing on the big screen, and even those who haven't read it yet left their cozy homes to watch 12 districts duke it out for their lives and for their honor.
I went to the midnight premiere at AMC Theaters. It was pretty crazy. There was a lot of people there dressed up in Hunger Games shirts, some people taking pictures, and I saw a few teachers there too, but it was very packed. I think they showed it in 14 theaters.
There's this one girl and she like had arrows with her and like she was dressed up and like other people had arrows too. But for the most part, it wasn't as crazy as like Harry Potter would be or anything, but it was pretty crowded. I think it's gonna be better than Twilight, but not Harry Potter.
Some Millard West students noted the movies was in some aspects different from the book.
Instead of showing like most of her like thoughts from the book, they kind of like showed the game maker and like his decisions, and like they kind of narrated the games instead.
I think the people who haven't read the book will appreciate the movie more than the people who did read the book. I think the people who read the book will be picking out differences.
Like the book better than the movie because they left a lot of things out of the movie, which wasn't good because there's a lot of like important things in the book that they just left out.
In the movie, Katniss takes her younger sister Prim's place in the reaping. We asked students and teachers who they would fight for.
But he's just one of my best friends and stuff, and we're really close, like brothers and stuff. But if someone was going to be drawn, I'd probably be that Katniss for Prim. I'd be his Katniss.
Pretty much my family. You know, I think that that's something that is strong in that book, is that Katniss does give up a lot for family.
Primrose Everdeen.
The book came out in about 3-4 years ago, and it was like nobody was talking about it. And then the second book came out in hardcover, and everybody started going a little nuts about it. You know, the paperback came out for the first one, and it went berserk.
It sounds weird, but it's really good, and there's a lot of like action in it, but there's also like love story behind it.
So many different parts of the story that can appeal to different readers. Love stories, political stories, inequalities.
I was a little bit surprised what a big hit it was with adults.
Oh God, I've had older men come in and buy it. Just the other day I was talking to an older guy, he says, I'm hearing about this book, Hunger Games, I gotta buy it. Okay. So.
Really good teenage book, and there's a lot of suspense in it, and a lot of teenagers like suspense, so it's really good.
Kind of had like the futuristic thing to it. Kind of was just like action-packed and thrilling and stuff with like the fighting and like the games and stuff like that. I just kind of like that. It was like kind of like based on teenagers.
Kids come in every day and want the book, and it's checked out. It's got holes in it from several people, so getting kids to read is awesome.
Son read the book when he was in middle school, and then we started seeing that they were going to make a movie of it, and he was starting to have his ideas about what they should do if they're going to make a movie, and I thought, well, I better read the book.
I was in the library one day and I just saw it on the shelves and heard from friends it was a good book and stuff, so I figured I'd try it out. And I read the first one, I couldn't put it down, and I just started reading the other two, and the other two are just as good.
So I got the box set of 3 and read them all.
The plot is so good and the characters are so good.
It's a tough story, and it's got a lot of violence in it, and I think it's because it was so well written.
My favorite book in the series is the first book. Why? I just think it has the best detail. I think the second book kind of goes on to copy the first book, and then the third book doesn't have much to do with the Hunger Games, if you ask me.
No matter if you like the books or the movies better, the Hunger Games has set fire to the nation. This has been Caroline Wang with the Wildcat Report, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
Thank you, Caroline. Next week, April 16th to the 20th, is High on Life Week. Support this drug-free awareness by participating in the theme days. I want to see some crazy costumes. And now we're going to go to a story with Lauren about Project Ohm.
I'm Lauren with the Wildcat Report. Beginning on April 30th and ending on May 11th, Project Ohm will be taking place. Project Ohm, started by sophomore Richa Soroki, is a project to collect as many CDs and DVDs to send to our troops.
Project Ohm is kind of just my vision of promoting equality through music, art, creativity, and inspiration, because these are things that really don't discriminate against anybody, so we shouldn't either. And the entire idea is to facilitate projects that will promote this sort of equality. So like gathering books to send to a school, maybe it could be a project. It's just OM, and the reason it's Ohm is because the belief is that, the cultural belief is that Ohm is the sound of the universe, and it's there for everyone to tap into. But this spring what we're going to do is collect CDs and DVDs and send them overseas to US troops. But they have rec rooms there where they can watch movies, they can listen to music and just relax sometimes.
So I think that everybody should join the Project Own because most people like me just have their stuff sitting around at home, and people that are fighting for our country out in Iraq or Afghanistan could really use like the music to help solve for like post-traumatic stress disorder and things like that.
The thing is, since March 10th, which is when I came up with this idea of Project Ohm, I've already been able to raise 70 CDs to send overseas, and that's really awesome. And it really doesn't matter what type of music it is. We just have a goal of raising these 500 CDs of any kinds of music that you can bring in. And honestly, considering how many people are in this school, that's 1/4 of a CD per person. And you know, there are people out there that give so much back to us, it's high time we gave back to them.
If you would like to donate your old CDs or DVDs, come to the Commons area on April 30th to May 11th, before and after school. No burned CDs or DVDs will be accepted.
So to any students of you out there, if you're interested in wanting to send a package of CDs to anyone you know in the military overseas, just let me know. My QT room is 235, I believe, in Mr. Mustard's room upstairs. So you can just find me, and you know my name, so just let me know what the address is, because if we can make this a really big community project, and it can be much more meaningful if we send it to people we know. So
the purpose of Project Ohm is to help soldiers feel more at home and release stress. If we can get more students to participate in this project, then this can become a worldwide project.
Thank you, Lauren. There is a show car show on April 13th. You can purchase your tickets on Thursday after school.
There's a show at 6:30 and 8:30, so either one's fine to go to.
It's their last show, so I hope you show some support and come see our show choirs. They're awesome. And now we're going to go to a story with Sarah about college.
Hello, this is Brianna Davis with the Wildcat Report. With less than 2 months to go before the 2011-2012 school year is over, our anxious seniors at Millard West are going to choose their educational paths for the future.
I'm looking forward to baseball in college. I don't know, just see what the change is from high school, see how much better everyone is.
I really like the community style that Creighton has. My major, biochemistry, is really like a close-knit family here, and everyone really likes to spend time with each other and study together, and I really like that kind of environment.
I am impressed with also the biochemistry major. Happy to be in it.
Millard West senior Kelsey Snedeker is leaving the state for her college experience.
I'm going to Brigham Young University in Idaho, and the reason I guess I chose to go out there, it's a church school, and I've always wanted to go to school out there, and I've got a lot of family out there, and I just love the area, so I'm really excited.
Every student, high school or college, makes expectations for their education.
I just heard it was a good time, you kind of gain your knowledge on how to grow up and how to work. So that's pretty much all I imagined, and it's been a great time so far.
I know a lot of people here, and at Northwest I only know a couple kids as of now, so I'm excited to meet new people.
I expected to just have a lot of great friends that I could just hang out with on the weekends during the week, which is true, which actually did happen. There is drama with that, but it's been a lot more fun than a negative.
I'm just ready to get out of the whole high school scene. I'm just ready for more mature people and people with the same standards and beliefs I guess that I have, just because of where I'm going, and so I'm pretty excited about that.
Hoping to get rid of a lot of the high school drama, but it kind of increased. People became very more into drama and stuff, and it never really goes away.
Having a favorite part of college has helped these Creighton students.
My favorite thing about college is just being in an area where there's so many different people, and you get to make so many good friends.
My least favorite thing would be the core, which is all these general requirement classes we have to take. My favorite thing is just kind of hanging out around campus and seeing all these people and it's just really fun and relaxed.
These college students have a word of advice for Millard West seniors.
And explore different colleges, but also get involved in the community with volunteer programs or other organizations. College isn't always looking for grades.
Be true to yourself, discover your passions early on, and pursue it with all your heart.
Good luck, seniors, on your educational paths for the future. This has been Sarah Vogel and Brianna Davis reporting.
Thank you, Sarah.
And on May 1st, senior class pictures are due.
And there's also a Facebook group dedicated just to that, so I hope you guys upload your pics and get them in. And now we're going to go to Brandon and Bailee's report on boys soccer.
Hi, I'm Brianna. I'm Bailee, and this week we did a report on the boys varsity soccer team. The first game was against Millard North, where they had the closest game you ever see, going to double overtime and eventually winning in a PK shootout after 4 shots.
The team has really high expectations this year, and head coach Biernick talks about that.
We have a very tough schedule and a lot of games late, so if we can stay healthy, I think we can be there kind of at the end and hopefully get back to state. That's our goal. Probably Saturday's performance, we beat Lincoln Southwest 2-0, so that was our first shutout, and scored 2 goals, controlled the game quite a bit. It was nice to bounce back after losing the night before to Millard South.
Probably definitely the first game, getting that first win. Felt really good and to get the first one under our belt, and now we just keep on going from here.
I would say probably beating Millard North in PKs. I mean, they're our rival, and it was pretty special to beat them our first game. So
it felt amazing. It's probably one of the best experiences. I've had one of those before for my club team, but this one was way better because it was way more on the line, and it was amazing.
The best part of soccer has been playing with varsity and getting our first win against Millard North.
Well, we've got a pretty cohesive group, and we've been together for about 4 years now, so it's just a lot of fun. We know each other well. So
yeah, Cahill's doing really good. Tupper's doing pretty good too, and they're just kind of meshing with the team real well. Just even as freshmen,
they're hanging in there. Jordan Cahill had an assist in the game.
I just played the ball, turned and saw one of my players running into the box, kicked it to him, and he had a goal, and it was pretty cool because that was my first assist of the year.
I don't know, it's just pretty exciting, giving my team a chance to win.
I was pretty pissed because this is the second time, and I don't want it to affect my college career. So.
Yeah, I would say so. It takes them a while to warm up to us and everything and how we do things, but after a while I think it'll be pretty good.
I wouldn't say one single person helps me out the most. It's a combination of, a lot of the players have experience so they can help me out, and also the coaches.
Yeah, I do. I think they're definitely helping the team and making a big impact.
Everybody on the team is accepting me pretty well. I'm just another teammate.
Yeah, I think they've really stepped up and worked hard, and they deserve to be on the team, I think. So it's good. Okay.
I feel like I am keeping up with the varsity level of play.
At some point this season, they'll hit a wall for a while, and we try to work around that.
Oh, they're good. They're good coaches. Juan obviously has a lot of playing experience back in Argentina, but they always have us really prepared, and we're ready to play.
I really like Biernick and Juan. They're pretty good coaches, and they just help you out with whatever you need.
They're both good guys. Biernick is more loud and obnoxious, and Senor is more quiet, but I both like him.
Senor, he's a character. He's hilarious, and he just knows so much about the game, playing for Boca Juniors. And Biernick, he definitely keeps us in line. He shows us what to do, and he definitely is more strategic.
Aside from Millard West Varsity, many players also compete on club teams.
NFC.
OFC.
It's a Region 2 team. It's like 13 states in the Midwest, and I got selected, one of the 72 in the nation. Just went to Florida this past winter to try out for the national team.
The rest of the season's looking pretty good. We
So after the interviews from the players and coaches, you should have a pretty good understanding on how the season has gone so far and where they're going to go the rest of the season.
So good luck to Millard West Varsity Soccer and the rest of spring sports. Go Wildcats!
Thank you, Brandon and Bailee.
And this is all we have for you, Wildcats, so we'll see you next week on the Wildcat Report.